Mikel Juris, out go Mack, Rusnak, Lobotka and Hubakan. Kickoff is 2 p.m. Well, victory for Steve Clarke's men will see the Tartan Army promoted to League A, whilst anything other than a win for Slovakia sees them relegated to League C. Scotland make 8 changes to the side that defeated Serbia on penalties to qualify for Euro 2020, their first tournament qualification in 22 years. Only Kieran Tierney, John McGinn and Ryan Christie remain in the starting 11. Sheffield United's Ollie McBurney leads the line, replacing Lyndon Dykes, who is suspended. Slovakia defeated Northern Ireland on Thursday to also qualify for the Euro 2020. Coach Stefan Tarkovic makes 4 changes. In come Jan Grigas, Robert Mazan, Patrick Hrosovsky, Mikel Juris, out go Mack, Rusnak, Lobotka and Hubakan. Kickoff is 2 p.m. Well, it's a very warm welcome to this afternoon's UEFA Nations League fixture between Slovakia and Scotland. This game taking place at the City Arena in Trnava in Slovakia, and these two sides have, for differing reasons, a chance to victory. Anything other than a victory for Slovakia means relegation to League C. As for Scotland, if they avoid defeat in Trnava, they will equal a record that stood for almost 100 years. The last time the national side went 10 games unbeaten was between March 1924 and February 1927, all of which were against the other home nations. But victory of Scotland today will see them promoted for League A of the UEFA Nations League 22-23, which starts in June 2022. But also they have qualification for the World Cup in mind as well. This is also counts towards that as the two captains get together. John McGinn and Marek Hamsik. McGinn and Scotland will be in all white, and Slovakia will be in all blue today. The referee's Istvan Kovac of Romania. He is wearing a pink shirt today, black shorts and pink socks. This game is about to get underway. Scotland made 8 changes to the side, which defeated Serbia on penalties on Thursday to qualify for Euro 2020 next year. And Craig Gordon gets another start in goal. He makes his 55th cap for Scotland. They have Gordon, Considine, Cooper, McKenna, Tierney, Palmer, McGinn, McLean, Christie, McBurney and Armstrong. As for Slovakia, well, they made 4 changes to their starting 11. They have Marek Rodak of Fulham in goal for them. Pekurik, Satka, Skriniar, Mazan, Horovsky, who's the holding midfielder, Juris, Kuka, Hamsik and Grievous, with Duda as the lone striker. Duda with 5 goals in 41 appearances. Oliver McBurney leading the line for Scotland. He 13 caps, hasn't yet to score a goal for Scotland. But referee Istvan Kovacs is about to get the game underway. Both sides have done their national anthems. We'll see whether Scotland can qualify or get promoted to League A for the next UEFA Nations League. Slovakia with the kick-off. And Ryan Christie, Scotland's Ryan Christie, charges him down as the ball is played from right to left for Slovakia. They say they're wearing their all-blue, Scotland in all white today. Play down the left, right-hand flank. It's Pekurik who'll get the ball back to Satka with Lech Poznan. He switches across to Mazan. And they'll work it again, will Slovakia. They also went to extra time against Northern Ireland, so many of tired legs out there, I'm sure, but Scotland making the big changes in this game. Here's Hamsik, who played so long for Napoli, now plays in China for Dalian Professional. And back again with Satka for Slovakia, deep inside their own half at present. And Skriniar will move that ball back to Rodak, and they'll work it again over the far side to Slovakia. Good pressing this from Scotland, though, forcing Slovakia back into their own areas. Much change Scotland's side, of course, as we've mentioned, but here come Duda. He's got Mazan over the far side. Now in turn it's Grigas of Minnesota United. Switches it inside then for Duda. Bodies into the box. Kuka's in there as well. Slovakia now just trying to work it again. Backwards then to Grievous. Grievous will get the ball to switch to the right hand side. Kuka. That ball up, which is good pressure. Hamsik. Flick to the left hand flank now for Mazan. Slovakia will try and win again. Ball chipped forward then, looking for the forward run then of Hamsik to try and get in there, but cleared away by Craig Gordon of Heart of Midlothian. Foul on the far side on Pekirik. And McBurney. Will be a free kick for Slovakia. A couple of minutes in, then 0-0. Off-tube studio-based commentary. My name's Paul Fisher. First UEFA Nations League game of the day is also joined with North Macedonia against Estonia. North Macedonia qualified for Euro 2020, defeating Kosovo. Mass celebrations there, and they got victory in League C in this game. We'll keep his eye on that score as well. There's going to be a throw for Kieran Tierney. His 15th cap for Scotland. Back to Liam Cooper. Down the line, Christie gets his ankles clipped, but Slovakia will win it back. Good work from Tierney there, just to switch with Kenny McLean. Tierney goes backwards to Cooper, and Cooper goes back to Gordon. Scotland will work it again, this time down the right hand flank. Long ball on clearance forward. Scotland only have to win either today's game or against Israel on Wednesday to qualify to get promoted. And been defeated so far in their UEFA Nations League matches so far. 3 wins and a draw, only dropping points against Israel on match day 1. They drew at home at Hampden Park. As for Slovakia, they're yet to win in the group. And he picked up only 1 point, and that was away to Israel on match day 2. As we see coach Stefan Tarkovic, who's the interim coach at the moment for Slovakia. He came in and replaced the previous coach, who Pavel Happel. He sacked him just before the Euro playoff final. Tarkovic has been assistant to Jan Kozak, and he was previous boss of Slovakia. Clearance by Gordon, towards the halfway line. Header forward by McBurney, looking for Armstrong to go through the middle. Cleared away. Here's McGinn. This is foul in the middle. Steve Clark's done a remarkable job for his side. 9 games unbeaten. Cusp of a wave at the moment. They've got plenty of young players as well in this Scotland side that can only grow together, so future looks bright for them. They've been waiting a while for this moment to get a fine balance of young players who've got plenty of experience and know what to do at international level, and it's finally sort of coming together now. He's played down the right hand side for Slovakia. Right footed strike comes in, saved by Gordon. Over to his left hand side. There was a good effort that came in there, and I think that effort was from Grigas from distance, but confirmation of that in a second. Satka will move the ball to Pekirik. A fine save then by Craig Gordon. Fine save that from distance there. Play down the right hand side for Pekirik. Moves it inside into the middle for Rozovsky. Now Pekirik again down the right hand flank for Slovakia, interchanging passes there with Hamsik, and Slovakia will just work it to the back again. Juris, Pekirik, Sapke, Horovsky, targeting this right hand side, knowing that Andy Robertson's not playing for Scotland. Kieran Tierney, who's a more than capable wing back, full back. I guess that, but play on advantage here. Scotland coming into the area, left footed strike, good save, low by Marek Rodak. It was Ryan Christie with the effort. low shot saved by Rodak. Wait, here comes Scotland again. McBurney finds Christie again just outside the area. Moves the ball back inside for McBurney. Chance for a strike. Oh, great challenge. Came in, but here's an opportunity for Liam Palmer. Oh, just over the bar. Good effort that. That was a fine strike, but that just went over the bar there. And a good effort that by Liam Palmer. Fine save as well initially. Christie's effort as well. It was Kuka with the effort initially. And Christie, yeah, saw his shot. It was a great block at the back by Satka. McBurney again trying to get in there. And Liam Palmer's right for the strike, which sailed over the bar, but it was a good effort that. Save from Rodak as well. That cross came in, but Satka with the block. Plenty of happening in this game. And here come Hamsik for Slovakia, trying to break forward. His ankle's clipped, so chance to play again. Here comes Scotland again. It's Ryan Christie trying to move the ball into the middle, but he gives it away inside the centre circle, and it switched to the right-hand flank then. And Scotland have to work it again. Play down the right, long diagonal pass, and now here comes Hamsik. Who's inside then looking for a forward ball then of Kuka. Palmer will clear. McGinn will knock the ball back to Considine. And he switches it across to Cooper, who brings the ball out of defence and can drive it forward for Scotland. And we switch back again. Still Slovakia 0, Scotland 0, but chances for either side. Craig Gordon was forced into an early save from Mikael Juris. His right-footed strike palmed away by the Hearts keeper. And Scotland went up the other end. Ryan Christie with a low shot, saved by Marek Rodak, low to his left-hand side. And Scotland followed up that with a Christie cross into the middle for Ollie McBurney, was there, but a fine block by Satka. And the resulting effort that went outside the area, Liam Palmer's right-footed strike, fizzed over the top of the crossbar. Still Slovakia 0, Scotland 0. So it is play with Slovakia over the far side. And he comes forward. And the ball nearly got through then for Juris. There was a block. It was cleared away by Tierney. Cleared away by Tierney with the far side after Scotland winning that ball back. Still North Macedonia 0, Estonia 0. Diagonal pass from Christie looking for Liam Palmer, but that's going to go straight through to Marek Rodak. And Rodak can roll that ball out for Satka. Satka brings it square for Skriniar. Internazionale, and he switches across to Pekirik, who plays his football with Hertha Berlin. Back with Skriniar inside for Grigas. Scotland went back into the middle, but they give it away. A chance to break down the left-hand side. Hamsik was there, but the ball's gone out of play, and it is. I kind of thought it was a throw for Scotland, but no, I think it is a throw for Scotland in actual fact. backwards. Inside now, driving it through the middle, it's Hirovsky. Chip forward, Kuka. And back again. Right. There's a bit of a challenge there with Christie and Grigas. Slovakia have it back, then it's Hamsik. Chips that ball forward, then looking for Duda in the middle. Good play to the right then. Slovakia will have it again. And now back then with Grigas. He switches it to Mazan. Grigas again. Mazan coming in from the left, wearing number 9, but playing left wing back. Flick forward then, good little touch. Here comes Slovakia, bring it forward. Now it's a handball against Duda, and it will be a free kick for Slovakia. They brought play back for Slovakia there. I thought it was a handball by Duda, but I think it was. Yeah, Scotland had possession. Then here's Christie who knocks it back to Tierney, and Tierney will knock it back to Craig Gordon. 13 minutes gone, Slovakia 0, Scotland 0. Far side with Cooper now, and McKenna in turn finds Considine, who's making only his 3rd cap, 33 years old for Aberdeen. McKenna to Cooper, deep inside his own half, finds Tierney. Switches to Considine. Move it forward again, looking for Palmer, but Slovakia win it back. Hamsik's lovely ball down the left-hand side for Mazan. Mazan will left-footed cross, comes in, it's too deep, that for any blue shirts. Chested by Tierney, back to Gordon. Can't stop it. Can he stop it from going over? Yes, he can. Well done, Craig Gordon, to dive there and stop that one. Brought forward again. It's back then with Considine, who switches across to Liam Cooper. And Cooper will bring it forward for Tierney onto the far touchline. Little flick inside then for McBurney. Good ball. Switch to the right hand flank by McGinn. Finds Palmer's right foot across, comes into the area. Good header away though by Skriniar. Christie trying to bring the ball under control. Claims he got caught in the face there, but it's a foul by Tierney. In actual fact, Tierney claimed that he got caught though. It's a foul by Tierney on Pekirik. It will be a free kick for Slovakia inside their own penalty area. And then chance to clear by Marek Rodak over the halfway line. Flicked on, dominant header by Liam Cooper, winning only his 5th cap. So we've got plenty of under-experienced players. Cooper's around 28 now, and he's 29 rather. Only his 5th cap, so they've got plenty of experience in depth as well. Here's a good ball across then, chance for Roland McBurney, and it's a good challenge that comes in there. Again, it's a good challenge by Juris this time. McBurney saw sight on goal, lovely through ball by Armstrong. McBurney was there, took a touch, but a good challenge came in there. It was Kuka in actual fact who got back. Just as McBurney was about to pull the trigger, Kuka was there to block. And it still remains goalless for Scotland. Slovakia 0, Scotland 0. 16 minutes gone so far. Corner kick then to the Tartan Army. Stuart Armstrong to take. Footed in swinging corner. They're away at the near post. Back in again, hooked away. Chance for Slovakia to break out now. He's back with Tierney. Finds Palmer. He floats the ball back into the area for McBurney, but there's no flick on there for him. So chance for Slovakia to bring that ball away, and it's headed back to Marek Rodak. And he can just take his time. Scotland's kit's actually more of a sort of very pale blue shirt. White shorts and white socks rather than the white that I was saying now. So their away kit is a sort of very pale blue. And clears by Rodak over the halfway line. Flick on trying to find Hamsik there, getting forward, but Scotland come away with it, who just grown into the game a little bit more. Slovakia 0, Scotland 0. Playing now down the right hand side with Mazan. Finds Skriniar. Skriniar will bring that ball forward and switches it to Pekirik down the right hand side. Now he's got plenty of options to move forward over the halfway line. Got some help in the middle, and he finds Hamsik. Hamsik will return, find Kuka. And Kuka gives the ball away. Chance now for Scotland to break clear. Here coming forward, it's Ryan Christie. He's got McBurney through the middle. Christie just outside the area. Tries to chip it to the back post. Now it's poor ball from Christie. Sort of caught in two minds there. McBurney had made the run into the middle. Christie had got out there, but he was surrounded by players. Thought he could scoop the ball over to McBurney, but the ball was too cute, and that was too close to the goalkeeper. We just watched it go past his right-hand post, and out of play for a goal kick. And bring this ball forward. They're taking it short of Slovakia. And now with Pekirik down the right. Goes inside and can exchange passes. Chance comes in there. And, it'll be a free kick. A throw-in for Slovakia over the far side. Taken by Grigas. Pekirik will take it instead. Looking for some options now. And it's deflected Scotland's way. Here's a ball, good ball from McGinn that goes across to Palmer. Palmer back to McKenna. Palmer will let Considine get back to right back. He hopes to go forward now with McKenna of Nottingham Forest. Now Considine looks up, knocks the ball down the line, looking for McBurney. It's a shove there, actually on Christie rather, by Skriniar, and it will be a free kick for Scotland. 20 minutes gone, 0-0. Shove over by Skriniar on Christie. Christie to take this free kick. Armstrong's there as well. So Christie to take. Edge of the penalty area is the Slovakian one-man wall. His delivery now left-footed by Christie into the area. Header goes back across by Cooper. Can Christie get onto that? I don't think he can. It's cleared away and knocked into touch. So it'll be a throw then for Scotland. Stuart Armstrong's just going to leave that for Liam Palmer to take. On the seventh cap. On the right hand side. Right foot across is a good one, but away by Skriniar. Wonderfully brought down there by Tierney. And it's Christie. Tierney again, and Scotland forced to go back up towards the halfway line. But they find themselves camped in the Slovakian half at the moment. Dictating play. Christie then comes inside, but he's tackled. Palmer picks up the loose ball, just allows it to go out of play and wins his side of throw. Wanted to take it quickly. They're quite do that as no forward runner had been made. Now Palmer's throw goes and finds McBurney. Back to Palmer again. Forward deflected, out of play. Another throw in for Scotland. It's further down the line. minutes then. Goes inside, finds McGinn. Trying to be the goal and control, but it goes backwards and finds McKenna. Cooper. Cooper switches it across then to Tierney. Tierney knocks it down the line. It's a good ball. Christie. Flick inside. Tierney's there. Ball back inside, looking for Armstrong. It was a good dummy, good play between this Scotland side so far, especially with Christie. He goes down under a challenge, wins his side a free kick. Pressure this, just forcing Slovakia to make errors. 22 minutes gone, Slovakia 0, Scotland 0. Also, yeah, creating too many chances. That McBurney one, which was a good challenge that came in from Kuka. In the last 10 minutes or so. Armstrong to take this free kick. Right footed in, swinging. Corner kick, free kick rather. Rivers it now inside to the area, punched away by Rodak just outside the area. A chance for Scotland to work it again, this time through McGinn. To switch over to the far side, and it's going to be a throw. Slovakia 0, Scotland 0, but Scotland are well on top at the moment. Lovely pass from Armstrong, saw McBurney bearing down on goal, but a fine challenge from Kuka to get that play away. Just as McBurney was about to pull the trigger, yet to get an international goal as the Sheffield United striker, but he was almost close there. And Scotland really, really good in possession, especially down the left-hand flank when Tierney and Christie linking up well. They can't yet fathom another chance other than that McBurney effort, but it's been a good possession. They've really forced Slovakia back inside their own half so far, but it remains Slovakia 0, Scotland 0. And here comes Slovakia, giving the ball away in actual fact. It's to Palmer. Switch through the middle. Here's chance for Slovakia to come forward. Trying to knock a long ball forward, looking to get the forward run there of Juris, but that'll go through to Gordon, and it remains 0-0. Back with Constantine. Still 0-0 between North Macedonia and Estonia. The game, incidentally, between Israel and Czech Republic in Scotland's Group 2. It takes place at 7:45 this evening. England playing Belgium, and they need to win against Belgium this evening. They won't be going anywhere. Reaching the finals, that is. So they reached last time out in the Nations League. A flick forward by Kuka. Pekurik switches to the right hand flank. Right foot across goes short. Here's Hamsik. Tries to skim between two. A foot in then from Grigas. You still have it back now. Grigas just outside the area. Moves it to Pekurik down the right side. Too ambitious. The ball's going out of play. No, it stayed in play. Knocked against the corner flag. Tierney will knock the ball back to Cooper. Cooper takes one touch and launches it through the middle, looking for McBurney, but Slovakia will win it back and play without a play over the far side. So Scotland on the cusp of promotion to League A. It's on 11 points as it stands. If Czech Republic don't beat Israel this evening, as it stands, then Scotland will have qualified without playing as such. If the group stays as it is. So. But victory for Scotland anyway would guarantee their qualification through to League A, so they're virtually up anyway. A lovely ball from Pekurik, finds Hamsik. Trying to scoop that ball through the middle then for Duda, but it's cleared away by Scotland defence. Again, a poor header backwards, then brings out Ryan Christie with possession. McBurney goes through the middle, so does Armstrong. Christie has it. Palmer runs down the right if he wants to find him now. Goes down under a challenge, wins his side a free kick just outside the penalty area. Christie went down. Referee Istvan Kovacs was adamant there. A shove by Kuka. Christie was looking to make an option. Kuka bundled him over just outside the penalty area. And a free kick for Scotland then. Dangerous area. To the left of centre. So it would favour a right footer. Armstrong being the man. Duda then complained to the referee. There's a 4-man wall. At 5. Armstrong and Christie, unless they want to float it in the air, but Armstrong looks favourite to have a strike on goal. It's a couple of yards from touchdown, so it's around 20 yards, maybe 19. Armstrong's going to step up now. Right-footed effort over the bar. So disappointing ending really for a promising opportunity. It just counts as an effort on goal. But Scotland have been the better side in this fixture so far, as expected, of course. Into the middle. Switched across. Now Slovakia can break clear. Hamsik trying to get the ball forward. Looks up. Moves it to the right hand side for Pekirik. Play then with Kuka. Switches across then for Grigas. Grigas again. Finds Hamsik. Hamsik is chip into the area. A little deflection. That will make its way out to Palmer. Palmer brings the ball and controls and knocks it down the line. Looking for Christie. Christie's bundled over. Has a little kick out there as well, does Christie. On Skriniar. Kovacs will have a word then. Hamsik goes across to have a word with Christie about it. Christie will speak to Skriniar as well, I think. Referee Kovacs, yeah, speaking to them both. And the official, evidence on that. Christie was claiming it was bundled over. He took a foot in and Christie just flicked his boots at her. He's lucky that he didn't pick up a yellow card there, Ryan Christie. Macedonia have taken the lead against Estonia in League C. Macedonia lead the group there as it stands. Slovakia will be into Euro 2020 with join Poland, Spain and Sweden in the Euro, so a very tough group there for them. Armstrong going up to be a challenger and clashed into the face there of Kuka. Did Armstrong. Kuka is yellow carded and will miss the next match. So, Armstrong is yellow carded. He's out of the game against Israel. Scotland on Wednesday. Armstrong there picking up that yellow card, so he will be suspended. No doubt bring London Dykes back anyway, Scotland. Back then. Inside then for Hamsik. It's back to Pekirik. Hamsik's good ball. Trying to drive forward. Here's Kuka. Kuka goes over the halfway line, looks for Grigas. Horovsky. Switch now, Grigas again. Come forward. He's got options down the left hand side. Grigas goes back into the middle, then finds Hamsik. He goes square. It's for Kuka. Kuka for Duda. He's going to play into the middle. Opportunity for Grigas. Gets on the right foot. A strike into the corner. It's a goal for Jan Grigas of Minnesota United. It's his 4th international goal. It was just a low strike from around 25 yards. And nestled into the corner. Gordon didn't even dive, but Slovakia have taken the lead against Scotland, and it's Jan Grigas with the goal. Lovely pass inside then from Pekirik. One touch and nestled into the corner. We have the game's opening goal against a run of play, arguably. It's Slovakia 1, Scotland 0. Well, against a run of play, really. Slovakia made a rare break down the right-hand side. Juris square ball found Grigas just outside the area. He took one touch, his right-footed strike through a melee of legs of Scotland defenders, but it nestled into the corner. A fine strike, fourth international goal for the Minnesota United midfielder. And against a run of play, as I say, Slovakia have taken the lead. It's Slovakia 1, Scotland 0. There we have it, Scotland. Lesson for you there. Switch off. And, important to switch off in those times for Slovakia. For Scotland, rather. They'll have to work it again. What they can do present. Slovakia 1, Scotland 0 then. Play down the right. Here's Liam Palmer. Hit back straight away. He's switched the left-hand side for Cooper. Back across then to Considine. And bringing the ball forward. Perhaps to go backwards to McKenna. Scotland will have to work it again. Scotland goal down then, off tube studio-based commentary. Slovakia 1, Scotland 0. Bringing that ball forward. Chip then down the right, but get it through to Christie. It's hooked away into the middle, but possession will be picked up then. And Kenny McLean, who's been quiet in this game, finds Tierney. Edge of the penalty area, left-footed cross comes in, trying to find over the top of it. Palmer's side-footed effort over the bar. Perhaps the wrong man, really. Get onto that, but good ball came in from Christie there. So possession then with Scotland again, with McGinn. Finds Christie, moves it to the right and Palmer. Scotland trying to hit back, right foot across comes in, looking for McBurney with a header straight at the goalkeeper Rodak. That's another opportunity that for Ollie McBurney. The cross that came in then from the right by Palmer. And McBurney leapt up well. Couldn't direct his header either side of Rodak. And Kuka, who's down at the moment for Slovakia. Cooper's caught him then in the challenge. Liam Cooper's been spoken to by the referee with a scissor kick. Cooper's been booked for that. Back in with a poor touch from Mazan, but he gets away with it because driving forward Horovsky and finds Hamsik, switches play across, and Slovakia can drive forward here. And down the right side it's Pekirik, who's backwards to Horovsky. Right-footed cross comes in, it's too deep. It's going to be out of play. And it will be a throw for Slovakia. Work to do then. Scotland such a good run at the moment, 9 unbeaten. Got a goal down here at the City Arena in Trnava. Down the line, little flicked on. Down there by McBurney, little chucks in, finds McLean. And now driving forward is Tierney down the left-hand flank. He'll beat Pekarik, who gets the ball into him behind McBurney. And Mirovski will bring that ball away. And there's a foul on Grigas there. He's down at the moment. Referee's allowed advantage. And the play then bringing it forward is Hamsik. There's Grigas again. Now finds Mazan. Slovakia then just keeping hold of possession. Hamsik, which is across to Grigas, goal scorer, back to Hamsik again. Now Slovakia dominating possession, switching it to Pekarik on the right hand flank. It's back to Juris. Hamsik, Grigas goes back inside, then looking for Kuka. Kuka's trying to thread the ball down the right for Pekarik, but that's too much, too ambitious. That ball will go out of play for a goal kick, but there's a bit of passing. Hamsik, the player who wants to get on the ball and pass, and the captain, footballer. Craig Gordon then to take his goal kick then for Scotland. Clearance over the halfway line. Flick on. Playing Pekarik will take a throw. Still remains Slovakia 1, Scotland 0, thanks to that Grigas strike. It was Scotland who've hit back pretty hard as well. Palmer had a volley over after the cross came in from Tierney, deep cross as well. Perhaps the wrong man really for that effort, but then Palmer down the right hand side got a decent cross in. There was Ollie McBurney to plant his header, but either side he would have beaten Marek Rodak, but the header was straight down at the keeper's knees, and it was easy save for the Fulham keeper in the end. But Slovakia then went up the other end, bits of passing as well. Marek Hamsik seemed to dominate possession for them. It's a good game this so far. It remains Slovakia 1, Scotland 0. Here's Palmer, the ball under control down the right hand side. Aside a throw. Again, get the ball into the box. Back in with McGinn. And back inside again then for Christie. Armstrong finds McBurney, switches it across to Tierney, edge of the area. Needs a bit of help though. To the byline. Can he get the cross in? He can. It's deep. It's too deep though. It can be cleared away by Grigas. All the way up towards the right flank. But Scotland win it back. Cooper it is who's helping out there. Flick across. Ball given away. Slovakia can bring it forward. Down the right is caught. There's a foul. Maybe a free kick. And I think it's a yellow card for McGinn. Yes, it is. McGinn. He joins Stuart Armstrong in the book. Got 4 minutes of this first half to go. Off Tube studio-based commentary. Slovakia 1, Scotland 0. Possession at the back then with Satka. Inside for Mirovski. Hamsik chips forward. Good ball that. Looking for Pekarik. Well watched from Cooper. Finds a good play in the middle with McLean. Back to Cooper again. McLean. McKenna will have possession just inside Scotland's penalty area, and he finds Considine who can come forward. Moves it inside. Bernie. McGinn, diagonal pass. But, it's too ambitious that for Christie, and that'll roll through to Rodak. And we'll have to work it again. Points forward on the line. Looking to get Juris involved. Seems to be playing as a front three. And then 4-1-4-1. Not really involved in this game at all for Slovakia. 42 gone. Here's Considine inside for McBurney. Back across into McKenna. Switches across then to the left hand side for Cooper. Good ball, little chip over the top, then looking for the forward run. Here's an opportunity. Mark Rodak was quickly off his line, but not quick enough as Ryan Christie almost scooped that ball over him. Good angle past that. There's Armstrong bringing forward. In actual fact, Rodak was off his line, but Armstrong beat him. Chip went wide, and it'll be a goal kick. Another breathe and a sigh of relief from Slovakia's defenders there. Back with Considine. That ball forward. To the left. Tierney. McBurney from distance, then goes square. McLean. Considine. To McLean again. Switches to Cooper, finds Tierney. Tierney takes on his man, but he's hacked down. That'll be a yellow card. Cooper has picked up the yellow card then. Tierney just had the beating of him. Couldn't do anything there, just flick the legs. No complaints from Cooper. Free kick for Scotland then. Just before the break here. See what they can do from this. Armstrong and Christie look interested. He delivers, left-footed delivery goes in near post, not great, but McLean almost got onto that, was cleared away by Hamsik. We work it again with a floated ball, headed away, hooked away this time by Duda. All the way up towards the halfway line. And it will be a down the left-hand side. Here comes Scotland again, trying to work it with Christie. Armstrong goes on the overlap. For Tierney. Tierney finds Christie. Going to the middle is McLean, but it's hooked away. 45 minutes is up now. Good ball from McGinn, finds Palmer down the right now. Palmer's little chip, it's too close to Rodak. Not good enough that from Palmer. And we have into stoppage time. I think the referee has blown the whistle for half time. Yes, he has. There's no additional time at the end of that first period. So Rodriguez's goal separates the two sides, just after Scotland dominating possession really, and in terms of chances. Rodriguez is right footed strike nestled into the corner. And half time, Slovakia 1, Scotland 0. Half time at the City Arena in Tirana. It is Slovakia 1, Scotland 0. Scotland have dominated possession and in terms of chances as well, but they dropped their guard really when Rodriguez has got into the end of a Juris pass. His right-footed low strike through the legs of some Scotland defenders, nestled into the corner. They've had a good opportunity. Scotland. Armstrong was put through his chip, which went wide of Rodak, and headed by McBurney was a good save by Rodak as well. Half time then, Slovakia 1, it's Scotland 0. Half time at the City Arena in Tirana. It is Slovakia 1, Scotland 0. Scotland have dominated possession and in terms of chances as well, but they dropped their guard really when Grigas has got into the end of a Juris pass. His right-footed low strike through the legs of some Scotland defenders, nestled into the corner. They've had a good opportunity, Scotland. Armstrong was put through. His chip just went wide of Rodak, and a header by McBurney was a good save by Rodak as well. Half-time then, Slovakia 1, it's Scotland 0. Half-time at the City Arena in Tirvana. It is Slovakia 1, Scotland 0. Scotland have dominated possession and in terms of chances as well, but they dropped their guard really when Grigas has got into the end of a Juris pass. His right-footed low strike through the legs of some Scotland defenders, nestled into the corner. They've had a good opportunity, Scotland. Armstrong was put through. His chip just went wide of Rodak, and a header by McBurney was a good save by Rodak as well. Half-time then, Slovakia 1, it's Scotland 0. Half-time at the City Arena in Tirvana. It is Slovakia 1, Scotland 0. Scotland have dominated possession and in terms of chances as well, but they dropped their guard really when Grigas has got into the end of a Juris pass. His right-footed low strike through the legs of some Scotland defenders, nestled into the corner. They've had a good opportunity, Scotland. Armstrong was put through. His chip just went wide of Rodak, and a header by McBurney was a good save by Rodak as well. Half-time then, Slovakia 1, it's Scotland 0. Half-time at the City Arena in Tirvana. It is Slovakia 1, Scotland 0. Scotland have dominated possession and in terms of chances as well, but they dropped their guard really when Grigas has got into the end of a Juris pass. His right-footed low strike through the legs of some Scotland defenders, nestled into the corner. They've had a good opportunity, Scotland. Armstrong was put through. His chip just went wide of Rodak, and a header by McBurney was a good save by Rodak as well. Half-time then, Slovakia 1, it's Scotland 0. Half-time at the City Arena in Tirvana. It is Slovakia 1, Scotland 0. Scotland have dominated possession and in terms of chances as well, but they dropped their guard really when Grigas has got into the end of a Juris pass. His right-footed low strike through the legs of some Scotland defenders, nestled into the corner. They've had a good opportunity, Scotland. Armstrong was put through. His chip just went wide of Rodak, and a header by McBurney was a good save by Rodak as well. Half-time then, Slovakia 1, it's Scotland 0. Half-time at the City Arena in Tirvana. It is Slovakia 1, Scotland 0. Scotland have dominated possession and in terms of chances as well, but they dropped their guard really when Grigas has got into the end of a Juris pass. His right-footed low strike through the legs of some Scotland defenders, nestled into the corner. They've had a good opportunity, Scotland. Armstrong was put through. His chip just went wide of Rodak, and a header by McBurney was a good save by Rodak as well. Half-time then, Slovakia 1, it's Scotland 0. Half-time at the City Arena in Tirvana. It is Slovakia 1, Scotland 0. Scotland have dominated possession and in terms of chances as well, but they dropped their guard really when Grigas has got into the end of a Juris pass. His right-footed low strike through the legs of some Scotland defenders, nestled into the corner. They've had a good opportunity, Scotland. Armstrong was put through. His chip just went wide of Rodak, and a header by McBurney was a good save by Rodak as well. Half-time then, Slovakia 1, it's Scotland 0. Half-time at the City Arena in Tirvana. It is Slovakia 1, Scotland 0. Scotland have dominated possession and in terms of chances as well, but they dropped their guard really when Grigas has got into the end of a Juris pass. His right-footed low strike through the legs of some Scotland defenders, nestled into the corner. They've had a good opportunity, Scotland. Armstrong was put through. His chip just went wide of Rodak, and a header by McBurney was a good save by Rodak as well. Half-time then, Slovakia 1, it's Scotland 0. Half-time at the City Arena in Tirvana. It is Slovakia 1, Scotland 0. Scotland have dominated possession and in terms of chances as well, but they dropped their guard really when Grigas has got into the end of a Juris pass. His right-footed low strike through the legs of some Scotland defenders, nestled into the corner. They've had a good opportunity, Scotland. Armstrong was put through. His chip just went wide of Rodak, and a header by McBurney was a good save by Rodak as well. Half-time then, Slovakia 1, it's Scotland 0. Half-time at the City Arena in Tirvana. It is Slovakia 1, Scotland 0. Scotland have dominated possession and in terms of chances as well, but they dropped their guard really when Grigas has got into the end of a Juris pass. His right-footed low strike through the legs of some Scotland defenders, nestled into the corner. They've had a good opportunity, Scotland. Armstrong was put through. His chip just went wide of Rodak, and a header by McBurney was a good save by Rodak as well. Half-time then, Slovakia 1, it's Scotland 0. Half-time at the City Arena in Tirvana. It is Slovakia 1, Scotland 0. Scotland have dominated possession and in terms of chances as well, but they dropped their guard really when Grigas has got into the end of a Juris pass. His right-footed low strike through the legs of some Scotland defenders, nestled into the corner. They've had a good opportunity. Scotland. Armstrong was put through his chip, which went wide of Rodak, and headed by McBurney was a good save by Rodak as well. Half-time then, Slovakia 1, it's Scotland 0. Half-time at the City Arena in Tirvana, it is Slovakia 1, Scotland 0. Scotland have dominated possession and in terms of chances as well, but they dropped their guard really when Grigas has got into the end of a Juris pass. His right-footed low strike through the legs of some Scotland defenders, nestled into the corner. They've had a good opportunity. Scotland. Armstrong was put through his chip, which went wide of Rodak, and headed by McBurney was a good save by Rodak as well. Half-time then, Slovakia 1, it's Scotland 0. Half-time at the City Arena in Tirvana, it is Slovakia 1, Scotland 0. Scotland have dominated possession and in terms of chances as well, but they dropped their guard really when Grigas has got into the end of a Juris pass. His right-footed low strike through the legs of some Scotland defenders, nestled into the corner. They've had a good opportunity. Scotland. Armstrong was put through his chip, which went wide of Rodak, and headed by McBurney was a good save by Rodak as well. Half-time then, Slovakia 1, it's Scotland 0. Half-time at the City Arena in Tirvana, it is Slovakia 1, Scotland 0. Scotland have dominated possession and in terms of chances as well, but they dropped their guard really when Grigas has got into the end of a Juris pass. His right-footed low strike through the legs of some Scotland defenders, nestled into the corner. They've had a good opportunity. Scotland. Armstrong was put through his chip, which went wide of Rodak, and headed by McBurney was a good save by Rodak as well. Half-time then, Slovakia 1, it's Scotland 0. Half-time at the City Arena in Tirvana, it is Slovakia 1, Scotland 0. Scotland have dominated possession and in terms of chances as well, but they dropped their guard really when Grigas has got into the end of a Juris pass. His right-footed low strike through the legs of some Scotland defenders, nestled into the corner. They've had a good opportunity. Scotland. Armstrong was put through his chip, which went wide of Rodak, and headed by McBurney was a good save by Rodak as well. Half-time then, Slovakia 1, it's Scotland 0. Half-time at the City Arena in Tirvana, it is Slovakia 1, Scotland 0. Scotland have dominated possession and in terms of chances as well, but they dropped their guard really when Grigas has got into the end of a Juris pass. His right-footed low strike through the legs of some Scotland defenders, nestled into the corner. They've had a good opportunity. Scotland. Armstrong was put through his chip, which went wide of Rodak, and headed by McBurney was a good save by Rodak as well. Half-time then, Slovakia 1, it's Scotland 0. Half-time at the City Arena in Tirvana, it is Slovakia 1, Scotland 0. Scotland have dominated possession and in terms of chances as well, but they dropped their guard really when Grigas has got into the end of a Juris pass. His right-footed low strike through the legs of some Scotland defenders, nestled into the corner. They've had a good opportunity. Scotland. Armstrong was put through his chip, which went wide of Rodak, and headed by McBurney was a good save by Rodak as well. Half-time then, Slovakia 1, it's Scotland 0. Half-time at the City Arena in Tirvana, it is Slovakia 1, Scotland 0. Scotland have dominated possession and in terms of chances as well, but they dropped their guard really when Grigas has got into the end of a Juris pass. His right-footed low strike through the legs of some Scotland defenders, nestled into the corner. They've had a good opportunity. Scotland. Armstrong was put through his chip, which went wide of Rodak, and headed by McBurney was a good save by Rodak as well. Half-time then, Slovakia 1, it's Scotland 0. Half-time at the City Arena in Tirvana, it is Slovakia 1, Scotland 0. Scotland have dominated possession and in terms of chances as well, but they dropped their guard really when Grigas has got into the end of a Juris pass. His right-footed low strike through the legs of some Scotland defenders, nestled into the corner. They've had a good opportunity. Scotland. Armstrong was put through his chip, which went wide of Rodak, and headed by McBurney was a good save by Rodak as well. Half-time then, Slovakia 1, it's Scotland 0. Half-time at the City Arena in Tirvana, it is Slovakia 1, Scotland 0. Scotland have dominated possession and in terms of chances as well, but they dropped their guard really when Grigas has got into the end of a Juris pass. His right-footed low strike through the legs of some Scotland defenders, nestled into the corner. They've had a good opportunity. Scotland. Armstrong was put through his chip, which went wide of Rodak, and headed by McBurney was a good save by Rodak as well. Half-time then, Slovakia 1, it's Scotland 0. Half-time at the City Arena in Tirvana, it is Slovakia 1, Scotland 0. Scotland have dominated possession and in terms of chances as well, but they dropped their guard really when Grigas has got into the end of a Juris pass. His right-footed low strike through the legs of some Scotland defenders, nestled into the corner. They've had a good opportunity, Scotland. Armstrong was put through his chip, which went wide of Rodak, and a header by McBurney was a good save by Rodak as well. Half-time then, Slovakia 1, it's Scotland 0. Half-time at the City Arena in Tirvana. It is Slovakia 1, Scotland 0. Scotland have dominated possession and in terms of chances as well, but they dropped their guard really when Grigas has got into the end of a Duris pass. His right-footed low strike through the legs of some Scotland defenders, nestled into the corner. They've had a good opportunity, Scotland. Armstrong was put through his chip, which went wide of Rodak, and a header by McBurney was a good save by Rodak as well. Half-time then, Slovakia 1, it's Scotland 0. Half-time at the City Arena in Tirvana. It is Slovakia 1, Scotland 0. Scotland have dominated possession and in terms of chances as well, but they dropped their guard really when Grigas has got into the end of a Duris pass. His right-footed low strike through the legs of some Scotland defenders, nestled into the corner. They've had a good opportunity, Scotland. Armstrong was put through his chip, which went wide of Rodak, and a header by McBurney was a good save by Rodak as well. Half-time then, Slovakia 1, it's Scotland 0. Half-time at the City Arena in Tirvana. It is Slovakia 1, Scotland 0. Scotland have dominated possession and in terms of chances as well, but they dropped their guard really when Grigas has got into the end of a Duris pass. His right-footed low strike through the legs of some Scotland defenders, nestled into the corner. They've had a good opportunity, Scotland. Armstrong was put through his chip, which went wide of Rodak, and a header by McBurney was a good save by Rodak as well. Half-time then, Slovakia 1, it's Scotland 0. Half-time at the City Arena in Tirvana. It is Slovakia 1, Scotland 0. Scotland have dominated possession and in terms of chances as well, but they dropped their guard really when Grigas has got into the end of a Duris pass. His right-footed low strike through the legs of some Scotland defenders, nestled into the corner. They've had a good opportunity, Scotland. Armstrong was put through his chip, which went wide of Rodak, and a header by McBurney was a good save by Rodak as well. Half-time then, Slovakia 1, it's Scotland 0. Half-time at the City Arena in Tirvana. It is Slovakia 1, Scotland 0. Scotland have dominated possession and in terms of chances as well, but they dropped their guard really when Grigas has got into the end of a Duris pass. His right-footed low strike through the legs of some Scotland defenders, nestled into the corner. They've had a good opportunity, Scotland. Armstrong was put through his chip, which went wide of Rodak, and a header by McBurney was a good save by Rodak as well. Half-time then, Slovakia 1, it's Scotland 0. Half-time at the City Arena in Tirvana. It is Slovakia 1, Scotland 0. Scotland have dominated possession and in terms of chances as well, but they dropped their guard really when Grigas has got into the end of a Duris pass. His right-footed low strike through the legs of some Scotland defenders, nestled into the corner. They've had a good opportunity, Scotland. Armstrong was put through his chip, which went wide of Rodak, and a header by McBurney was a good save by Rodak as well. Half-time then, Slovakia 1, it's Scotland 0. Half-time at the City Arena in Tirvana. It is Slovakia 1, Scotland 0. Scotland have dominated possession and in terms of chances as well, but they dropped their guard really when Grigas has got into the end of a Duris pass. His right-footed low strike through the legs of some Scotland defenders, nestled into the corner. They've had a good opportunity, Scotland. Armstrong was put through his chip, which went wide of Rodak, and a header by McBurney was a good save by Rodak as well. Half-time then, Slovakia 1, it's Scotland 0. Half-time at the City Arena in Tirvana. It is Slovakia 1, Scotland 0. Scotland have dominated possession and in terms of chances as well, but they dropped their guard really when Grigas has got into the end of a Duris pass. His right-footed low strike through the legs of some Scotland defenders, nestled into the corner. They've had a good opportunity, Scotland. Armstrong was put through his chip, which went wide of Rodak, and a header by McBurney was a good save by Rodak as well. Half-time then, Slovakia 1, it's Scotland 0. Welcome back to our coverage of this UEFA Nations League fixture between Slovakia and Scotland. Off-tube studio-based commentary. My name is Paul Fisher. Slovakia lead by a goal to nil, but it doesn't tell the story really of Scotland dominating possession and in terms of chances. Slovakia making it count though when their big opportunity fell through to Grigas' right-footed strike, nestled into the corner of the net as well. Run through the sides for you. Rodak in goal for Slovakia. Pekurik, Satka, Skriniar, Mazan, Horovsky, Juris, Kuka, Hamsik, Grigas and Duda. As for Scotland, they have Gordon, Considine, Cooper, McKenna, Tierney, Palmer, McGinn, McLean, Christie, McBurney and Armstrong in their 11. There's been 3 yellow cards issued. So Armstrong has got a yellow, also John McGinn, and Kuka has got a yellow card for Slovakia. Grigas it was with the goal. So that's your stats. The game in North Macedonia has kicked off for the second half as well. North Macedonia 1. Estonia 0 was the latest there. Here's a play then at the back then with McKenna. McKenna to Cooper. He's looking forward, gets deflected, and Cooper gets in front of his man. And driving forward, Christie, McGinn, down to Tierney on the left-hand flank. Scotland starting off purposefully in this second half, and it's McBurney taking the ball towards the corner. McBurney goes back inside of Christie to try and scoop forward. McBurney again goes back looking for Christie, but will be cleared away by Rodak. A long clearance to go skywards. It's back with Tierney again down the left hand side for Scotland. He looks up, there's a player Palmer at the right back. Roll just getting into the penalty area, but it's cleared away. And now Hamsik backwards then for Mazan. And Slovakia use that ball to Skriniar, and now to Satka. And he goes inside then. A little flip forward by Kuka. From the right side is Juris. Inside for Kuka, a little back heel. Good switch of play from Hamsik. And then with Mazan over the far side. It's good play this from Slovakia to get out on possession. Grigas inside then for Hamsik. Hamsik moves it to Pekarik. Pekarik back to Kuka. His little chip inside. Will give and go then by Duda. Duda still has it just outside the area. Involved a little bit more Duda for Slovakia. And Pekarik. There's a little chip forward. Finds Hamsik. Hamsik looks up, goes square. Grigas again, left foot a strike over the bar, and Gordon was going to attempt to have a little touch at that, but unfortunately he didn't. Grigas there with another effort for Slovakia. Play on the left hand side for Tierney for Scotland. There's Armstrong. So there's the edge of the penalty area on the left hand side. Armstrong still has it, 2 men around him, back to Tierney again. Tierney back to Armstrong. The challenge comes in then on Tierney by Pekarik. Into possession, Strong. Tierney to take. McLean, Tierney again. Christie to McLean, who goes backwards all the way up to the halfway line. And Cooper will switch it across to the right for Palmer. Palmer's inside pass finds McBurney. Now for McGinn. McGinn trying to thread it. Thought the pass was to go through the middle, but he opts to go wide to Tierney. Finds Armstrong. Left footed cross comes in. Too hard that for Palmer to get onto. For McLean to get onto. My apologies. And that will be out of play for a goal kick. And it remains Slovakia 1, Scotland 0. And this UEFA Nations League Group League B, Group 2. And lead the group at the moment. 4 points clear of second place Czech Republic, although the Czechs have a game in hand. They play Israel later on this evening. Slovakia again. It's Kuka. His pass is cut out though. It's McGinn. driving forward over the halfway line. McGinn gets his head down, moves it inside. And it's blocked. And it's going to be a play with Hamsik. Comes forward. Finds Regas. Back to Mountain, and shot straight into the arms of Gordon. So another effort there for Scotland. Hamsik it was with the effort that time. Another save. Let's play then with Cooper for Scotland. There's Tierney. Estonia have equalised against North Macedonia in League C. Macedonia won, Estonia won. And the other game kicking off at the same time as this one. A little jockeyed out of play there by Skriniar. Goal kick for Slovakia to be taken by Marek Rodak. Extended by Rodak over the halfway line. A flick on from Kuka, but the ball goes out of play. And it's going to be a throw. Tierney and Armstrong, back to Tierney again. He's diagonal pass to the right hand side looking for Palmer. Palmer brings the ball under control and moves it down the right. Gets the ball up and goes backwards. Considine and switches across to Cooper. McKenna's back as well. McKenna goes back to Considine. Switches sort of three at the back, Scotland now. Working down the right flank is Palmer. Down the left is Tierney. Cooper then finds Tierney. He yards in from the touchline. Taking his man, trying to get down to the byline. Goes backwards to Christie. Christie finds Cooper. Cooper's diagonal pass to the right, looking for Palmer. That's a good ball. Palmer then gets the ball under control. Moves it down. Right for the cross, comes in, looking for Armstrong. It's bobbling around, it's away from McBurney. It's going to be cleared away eventually by Slovakia. Pekiric, long ball forward, but Scotland try and win it back, and they do win it back. Cooper then finds Christie. Little chip from Tierney. Armstrong. Back then for Tierney again, edge of the area. He's got touch with McBurney, takes away from his man, right for the strike is blocked. And a chance now for Slovakia to break. It's Hamsik. Hamsik will come inside and knock the ball back. And they can play from the back then. 10 minutes into this second half. Slovakia have had the better chances. Scotland doing more of the pressing, you would say. Pekiric has it. Early stage of this second half, and I want Scotland to try and get into the game a little bit more, but they have had plenty of possession. It's certainly been in Slovakia's half and all, but Slovakia have had the opportunities. The goal scorer Grigas, he had an effort right for the strike which went over the bar, and then Marek Hamsik had a shot saved by Craig Gordon to his near right hand post. And that's the only efforts that Slovakia have had in the second half. Scotland yet to test Marek Rodak in this second period, but they have had plenty of possession. So remains Slovakia 1, Scotland 0. Play over the far side then with Slovakia who win it back. Has to bring the ball forward. Pekiric down the right hand side. Back inside for Hamsik, trying to get Kuka tries to get the ball through the middle. Goes out of his way. So there's a foul there by Pekiric on Christie. Pekka will join three of the players in the book. And the late challenge on Christie as well. So yellow card for Pekka there. Slovakia 1, Scotland 0. 10 minutes into this second half. Cooper to take. Slips as he takes that free kick, looking for McBurney, who gets the header down. There's only a challenge there with Skriniar. McBurney. Spoken to. Skriniar is down low, holding his face. Any blood. This one again. Clash of heads as he went to head it there, really. He caught the sort of siding glance by McBurney, but he was definitely going for a header. He's seemed to catch the cheek side of the head there, Skriniar, but it was just a 50-50 ball. He didn't catch him with his head. I don't think he even did he? More shoulder, his arm across. No, I don't think it's his arm. I think it's more of his shoulder. Against Skriniar then. Skriniar's going to be okay, but any blood? Not too sure. It's holding his nose, but I'm not too sure. I think he's going to be okay though. Changes are going to be made though on the other side. Here's Marek Rodek then for Slovakia. And launches this ball down the right-hand flank of Slovakia. And goes in. Knocked backwards by Cooper. Goes back to Gordon. Gordon switch across to Palmer. Palmer puts the ball forward, deflected, goes into the stand through one of the gangways that will be occupied by fans, if only fans are allowed in the ground. The finals in League A, this will not be till October next year. And then some relegation playouts, as they're called, in March 2022. So those have got to be taken care of before 2022-23 UEFA Nations League. I certainly think that it's added more to the international friendlies that we're knocking about. I think it's helped everybody in touch with points to play for and playoffs as well. Scotland, remember, they not qualified in the UEFA Nations League 2018-19, then qualified for group in get through to the UEFA playoffs as well, so that will help them qualify through the World Championships. It really helps do that. By Rodriguez on Palmer, by Dura on Palmer, my apologies. So yet to make changes so far. Possession then with Cooper, goes back to McKenna, he switches across to Considine. And knocks that ball through the middle then for McGinn. Right, now it's McBurney trying to get the ball under control. It's Armstrong. McBurney bundles over his man. McBurney's annoyed that he's got penalised there. And the substitution is going to be made here. Coming on for Slovakia, Stanislav Lobotka. And replace Juraj Kuka. Lobotka will come on for Napoli, making his 26th cap. Minutes gone then, first change in this game made by Slovakia. Manager Steve Clark just waiting at the moment. And back then with McKenna, finds Considine, Palmer on the overlap, just go inside then. And finds Kenny McLean, who switches back to Liam Cooper. Cooper finds Tierney, occupying a couple yards inside that Slovakian half. Good work there by Armstrong, by Christie rather, finds Tierney on the left-hand flank. Tierney gets the byline, left foot across. Header comes in, great save from Rodak. Brilliant save. I think it was McLean with the header. Fantastic cross from Tierney. McLean's powerful header. A great save from Marek Rodak. On 62 minutes, Tierney got across, even though he was manhandled. With Kenny McLean, but a right palm away from Marek Rodak. Brilliant header, brilliant save. He's only scored one goal for Scotland, very nearly made it two, but a fantastic save from Marek Rodak there. It was sensational stuff from the Fulham keeper. Play down the right hand side for Slovakia, just going to knock it back. Scotland ever so close there with that opportunity. Cooper's just a foul there. Free Kovacs. That decision Slovakia way. Side with Rodriguez, finds Hamsik. He's time for Lobotka, right-footed strike into the corner. It's just wide of the right-hand post of Craig Gordon there. And it was substitute Stanislav Lobotka with the effort, I think. Vorovsky, isn't it, with the close effort there. Wide of the post. 65 minutes gone. Slovakia 1, Scotland 0. If it's coming now, of course I start getting a little bit tired. Goal to 0 by Grigas in the first half. Back through McGinn, who gets caught by Duda. There's going to be a yellow card here for Duda. It was very late. And he missed the next match against the old foes, Czech Republic. Strong move by Duda's challenge there. He lost the match they won against the Czech Republic. It's like he won Czech Republic 3. Play with Cooper. And there's Tierney. Again, who switches across. That's a poor ball. Chance now to drive forward through Grigas. Moves it to the right hand side, brings it under control for Duda. Duda goes back to Hamsik. Hamsik looks up, switches to the right for Pekirik, edge of the penalty area. Right foot across, comes into the area. Scotland get that header away. It's McLean who's back there helping out. And they'll come again now. Pekirik moves that ball inside. Finds Lobotka. Lobotka exchanges passes with Hamsik. A bit more purpose about Slovakia now. Hamsik again looks up, left footed strike is blocked by Considine. Picking up on the left hand side is Mazan, who just allows that ball to be out of play. It's going to be a corner kick then for Slovakia. Hamsik to take this corner kick. In-swinging corner comes into the area, headed away by McBurney, who's helping out defensively. That's a poor touch by Lobotka. McLean to have it, but he's forced to go backwards to Craig Gordon. Gordon will bring it down to the left-hand side for Cooper, who's under pressure here. It chips it down the left-hand side. That ball will look to go out of play. It's going to be a throw for Slovakia. And they're going to make another change. Coming on for the Slovaks is Albert Rusnak. Number 10, he's going to play Marek Hamsik. The playmaker's going off. Albert Rusnak. Oh, come on. Rusnak, who was 9 caps. Lee Griffiths has come on for Scotland as well. Who's gone off for Scotland for his 21st cap. And it's Considine who's gone off, so Liam Palmer switches to right back. The ball played into the middle, right foot, a strike low then. There. Griffiths winning his first cap, as I said. Celtic striker. Plenty of them, I would imagine. In the middle, there's a foul there over the far side. And Christie and Rusnak. So Slovakia 1, Scotland 0. A couple of chances for either side. A brilliant Tierney cross or a fantastic Kenny McLean header, and a fantastic save by Marek Rodak, palming that one away with his right hand. Then Hirovsky went with a low drive for Slovakia and was just wide of the right hand post of Craig Gordon. Scotland have brought on Lee Griffiths to try and help up and bolster up front to try and get they're taking off Andrew Considine, the right third centre-back for Scotland. So they're putting the body up front there, and Slovakia have made a couple of changes, taking off playmaker Marek Hamsik, which was a bit of a surprise for them as well. But they still lead by a goal to nil. Possession then back with Craig Gordon. Switch to the left hand side for Tierney. Risking something from this game. Switching to the left hand side, it's Tierney again. Looks up, goes short, finds McBurney. He's got Armstrong to the left hand side of him, finds him, left foot across, comes in, blocked by Pekirik. That'll be a corner kick then for Scotland. So somebody's involved in this. Armstrong with this corner kick then. Inside the area, take it now. one arm up. Good delivery, goes near post. Good header away there inside the 6-yard box. Top Christie battling hard to get hold of possession. His ankle's clipped. He decides a free kick, does he? He wants possession there, and he's told to wait there by the referee. And Christie having a real battle between each other. Rusnak was the man who went down, so I think that's the foul that was given. Whoever it was who wanted to get the ball. Dudra and Christie there just having a bit of a tete-a-tete. It's Slovakia that have possession. I'm short with the Botka. Pass to the right hand side looking for Pekirik, but well watched by Tierney. He clears all the way for Armstrong, just inside the Scotland half. Now moves into Slovakian half. Finds McBurney, can't keep hold of possession. Dudra gets a foot in there. And now it's Sobotka who goes backwards and moves it to the right hand side for Pekirik. There's a man down for Slovakia at the moment. Dudra. He's involved in the action all of a sudden. And the card is Dudra. Mount Rodak. Spotting here. Looking for Slovakia. Whistle. It's going to be Armstrong's thinking that it's a throw for Scotland. It isn't. It's a Slovakian throw. Back with Rodak, just to the right hand side. Pekirik is waiting for possession and gets it now. Drops it down the line. Ball brought forward, little flick down, it's a good ball. And coming forward there is Petrovsky and Rusnak, Juris, and Botka. Wait for possession now with Dudra coming to this right hand flank. Finds Pekirik inside the Scotland half. Goes backwards, switches across by Saka. And Slovakia just see that keeping hold of possession will count the clock down. Also tire Scotland down a little bit. A bit fresher in actual fact, Slovakia do. Chipped forward, long range effort though, it's going to be easy catch for Rusnak. It was with a cheeky effort from distance. Easy gathered by Craig Gordon. Foot in there, good block. Here comes Slovakia then, it's 4-on-4 at the moment. Touch then. Tries Dudra. Dudra's got a runner down the right, opts to go through the middle. It's a poor ball from Dudra. He's not had a good game for me, for Slovakia. There's one of the changes that needs to be made for Stefan Tarkovic. Here's McGinn, who switches play to the left hand side, and Tierney, who's got acres of space now. Left foot across, comes in over the top looking for Griffiths, trying to put the ball back into the area. Really should have had a strike then. Tried to be unselfish and knock the ball back into the area, but McBurney was not there. McLean finds Armstrong. Foot in then by Sobotka. A chance now for McBurney to move the ball to the right hand side. McLean finds Christie, right footed strike, and Griffiths would have been offside, and it's well wide. The right hand post of Malik. Did he get a touch? I think it might have done. Good corner kick, I think it is. More than an hour to go. Slovakia 1, Scotland 0. Griffiths to take this corner kick. Left-footed delivery comes into the area, headed away, back out to Griffiths again. Left-footed cross comes into the area, headed away. And Slovakia back out to Ryan Christie. There's Griffiths. Left-footed cross comes in from Christie. Back out to Armstrong. Armstrong waits on this right-hand side. Knocks the ball back into the area again, but Diagonal pass to Tierney. It's a good ball. Tierney back then. Left-footed cross comes into the back post. Well gathered by Rodak as it was Christie's cross that came into the area. Nothing doing there for Scotland. It's not really happening for them in this game. Try as they might to get forward. They do have some opportunities. That best one really from Kenny McLean's header. Fantastic save by Rodak. Rodak also saw a shot by Christie, saved by the Fulham keeper. Burnley header straight to the keeper as well. So they've had their opportunities of Scotland. I think they've got another substitute there. We'll check. No. The numbers wrong there. Here's play then with Pekirik for Slovakia. Back to Sapka. He's not back to Rodak. Possession won by Ryan Christie over the far side. His ankle's clipped. There's going to be a yellow card issue here. Tactical foul, you could say that really, from Mazan. He picks up a yellow card. Free kick for Scotland over the far side. Christie and McLean to take. And launch the ball into the middle. Headed away. Battling hard was Griffiths, but down under a challenge as Duda. Ball flicked at him. Be a free kick for Slovakia and just more time for them to wait. Tierney tries to knock the ball across. It hits Armstrong, his own player, his own teammate. Tierney gets it back. Has to go back to Gordon though. Defence by McKenna. Finds Palmer. And finds McKenna again. Back to Gordon. And to Cooper. And to Tierney. Back with Craig Gordon for Scotland, and they just can't seem to break down this Slovakian side at the moment. There's just over 10 minutes to go. Slovakia 1, Scotland 0. The chances are at a premium now for Scotland. They're going with the extra body, bringing on Lee Griffiths. It may help them out, but it's not quite worked out that way. Duda then, the thorn in Scotland's side so far, is knocked back and it's going to be knocked down the line. McKenna will scoop that ball back to Craig Gordon. Gordon will roll the ball for Palmer. Now back to the left-hand side with Mazdan. Scotland's next game is 7:45 in Israel. Israel against Scotland on Wednesday, so it's time to recuperate there. Ball played down the right side. Is Pekirik for Slovakia's right-footed cross, comes in, good header away though by McKenna. Picked up over the far flank by Mazan, is it? No, it's knocked away by Christie. Ball stayed in play, I think it has. Good work from Ryan Christie there. Possession lost as McBurney wins it, finds Griffiths. Griffiths' chance for an opportunity, it's cleared away by Satka. Couldn't get the ball under control. Trying to capitalise on that mistake by Slovakian defence. McBurney's ball to Griffiths, and it just didn't look wholly convincing. The poor ball given away by Grigas. Satka then just knocked the ball into touch for a Scotland corner kick. Quite happy to concede that, and Griffiths will take this corner kick. 5 Slovakian players have been booked compared to Scotland's 2. Griffiths' corner kick comes in, bobbles around, it beats everybody. Back out again for Christie. His left footed cross comes in near post, it's cleared away. Work towards the centre circle, but Tierney will have it back. Moves the ball up, moves it back then to Palmer. Switches across then to Tierney. His left footed cross is a good one for Christie. Header goes in again, but good defensive work by Satka and Skriniar. Defended well so far, the 2 centre halves of Slovakia. Here's Christie, puts onto his left boot, he switches play with McBurney, goes down under a challenge. I think he just walked into Slovakian player there. Nothing that Istvan Kovacs was interested in. And they'll have to build again, Scotland. Here is possession with McGinn, drives forward from McGinn, looks trying to get the cross in, and cleared away. They're claiming handball, the Scottish players. Strong challenge on Duda. Duda's down at the moment. There's Tierney on the left-hand flank. He's getting very scrappy. Christie's left-footed cross, looking for Griffiths at the back post. He can't get onto that, and it's hooked away by Slovakia. They're hanging on really here with 7.5 minutes to go. There's Griffiths just deep from the areas, left-footed ball through the middle, looking to get McBurney, but it's going to be brought away into touch, and it's going to be a throw then for Scotland as it's knocked away. Duda is down at the moment. And that challenge that came in. Handball there. Skriniar, maybe. Slovakia 1, Scotland 0 as we enter the final stages of this fixture. There was a shout of handball as the ball was played forward by Tierney. It seemed to come off the wrist of Skriniar, but not given by the referee. They're knocking on the door, Scotland, really, but they're not forcing Rodak into many saves since he pulled off that wonder save from Kenny McLean. And Griffiths has yet to really get involved too much other than take a couple of corners. There was a through ball from McBurney, but Griffiths couldn't get the ball under control, and it was cleared away by Satka. And Slovakia just eating time at the moment. They've had plenty of bookings in this game. They're certainly tempting the Romanian referee, Istvan Kovacs. At the moment it remains Slovakia 1, Scotland 0. Into the final stages of this fixture. They'll hurry up a bit here, Scotland. Goal. As the throw then comes in from Pekurik. Duda. McLean wins a throw for his side. So just over 5 to go. Slovakia 1, Scotland 0. I thought Steve Clark might make another change. He's just made the 1 so far. And that was an attacking one. Maybe he wants to keep his players fresh for Wednesday night against Israel. Now ball back with Palmer to Cooper. Switches to McLean. Armstrong gets the ball to Tierney, switches back to Cooper. Gordon came out of his area to play a sweeper, he does now. And pulling the ball down the right hand side. And play with work from Skriniar. The captain's armband now, and the leader victory for his team. Good football from Skriniar. Here comes Rusnak. moves it to the right hand side. Good challenge comes in from Cooper. Fair challenge that from Cooper on Juris. Another change for Scotland. It's going to be Lawrence Shankland to come on, the Dundee United striker for Stuart Armstrong. And Shankland, who 3 caps, 1 goal. This time with the Scottish national team. Macedonia 2, Estonia 1 is the latest in that game. At the same time as this one. Here comes possession from McKenna, but he loses out. In fact, he wins it back. In actual fact, little back heel, then trying to get the ball through to Shankland, but it's a chance for Slovakia to clear. McKenna's out of position. So Slovakia trying to bring it forward. Here's Pekurik finds the ball inside. It's a good diagonal pass, but well watched there. And knocked back by Christie to Gordon. They'll have to work it again. Scotland on the cusp of their first defeat in the Nations League this campaign. Means their top victory over Israel would guarantee their promotion through to League A. You might not even need that with the Czech Republic needing to beat Israel. Foul by Rusnak has resulted in a yellow card for the substitute, bringing back McGinn. Holding him back there. He's saying too much of that. So free kick for Scotland. Griffiths to take from distance. Left footed into the area. Back across, but picks out Christie. Jutierney. Christie again, left footed cross comes in. Header away by the Slovakian defence. 90 seconds of normal time to go. A little chested down. Pekurik will bring that ball forward. It's an exchange of pass with Duda. And Pekurik can drive now down the right hand flank. Opposite pass now. Scotland got everybody forward. Slovakia got most people back. And the switch to come inside. It was Juris. Instead they go back to the centre circle. And back inside for Rusnik. That's a good ball. And bring it forward there was Horovsky. Into the area. Left footed cross comes in. It's blocked away by Scotland. Some good defending. Slovakia will come again searching for a second goal to kill the game. The ball just runs out of play for Mazan. And it will be a goal kick. Playoffs as the referee. Scotland have it over the left hand flank, and a little chip from Tierney is what we've seen from Bryson DeChambeau there. Tried a little flick down the left hand side and just knocked it into touch. So Slovakia will have a throw. We're going to make another substitution here, the home side. Pavel Safranko will come on. Not sure who for at the moment. Romania. Sepsi Shafiantu Georgi to win his 9th cap for Slovakia. The striker, 25-year-old. Scotland have possession. 90 minutes are up. We'll see how much 3 minutes additional time will be given by Istvan Kovacs. Scotland have 3 minutes to avoid defeat. Scotland's fine run of beaten run is about to be broken. There's McGinn on the far side, good challenge. Driving forward is Slovakia, and they move to the left hand side. So Slovakia look to fight another day in League B. They won't be relegated today, that's for certain. They're going to take it to the last game. Cleared away. Mazan will take the throw. Going to take the time. They're going to bring on Franco now. Taking their time still again. We've had a minute. By Palmer, and he picks out Mazan. Now Duda. He's trying to take the ball into the corner as well. By Palmer, but gives it away. Here's Rusak. Back heel. There's nobody there. Juris tried to back heel there for Rusak, but just gives the ball back to Scotland, and Tierney will break down the left-hand flank. Showing plenty of legs. Pekarik goes with him. Left foot across to him. That's a good one. Griffiths chests the ball down just outside the penalty area. Griffiths left-footed strike saved by Rodak. And that was the best opportunity in the past 25 minutes for Scotland. Griffiths there with a curling effort. Not enough. Good ball from Tierney. And he's played well as the Fulham keeper, Marek Rodak, today. Looking to see his side through for victory. Their first win in the UEFA Nation League campaign. A minute to go of additional time. Scotland needs to get the ball forward. Ball through the middle. Here's McLean trying to flick it forward for Griffiths. It's going to be cleared away. Slovakia then taking the ball like a hot coal at the moment. Here's switch. Here is Sanfranco, who's come on as a sub. Sure has gone off. There's a man down. There's going to be a yellow card for Liam Cooper here. Late challenge there by the Leeds United defender. Picks up a yellow card. Frustration from him. Free kick for Slovakia, who's taking their time. Franco's coming on now. We've had the 3 minutes. He's going to replace Michael Juris. There's enough time to take this. Van Kovacs looks at his watch. Slovakia get their victory. The other night against Northern Ireland, 2-1 after extra time. McLean knocks the ball back to Gordon, and Gordon clears skywards. Knock on, the hook ball forward, looking for Griffiths, getting in front of his man. Chance now for Lee Griffiths, and he's saved by Rodak. Brilliant save. And he had a one-on-one there, and that's it. The final kick of the game. Lee Griffiths' left-footed strike saved by Rodak, and that is it. Full time. And Scotland's defeated. Brilliant save from Marek Rodak. He's pulled off some phenomenal saves in this game. And that's not enough for Scotland. Slovakia defeat Scots by a goal to nil. Both sides will have to do it all again on Wednesday. Scotland to try and qualify for their League A. And Slovakia has to fight another day to avoid relegation instead. So, full time then at the City Arena in Trnava. It has finished Slovakia 1, Scotland 0. Thanks very much for joining us.